Hello and welcome to the first annual Hart Men's Bowling Media Day. I'm your host, Derek Johnson, for a Hart correspondent. And next up, we are joined by Central Methodist University, the Eagles, with head coach Kevin Duncan and senior Eric Moore. Coach Eric, thanks for hopping on today. Coach, if you could, tell us a little bit about Eric and why he is a representative of your program today.
All right, I'd be glad to do that. But thanks for having us on. We're excited about sharing what our program has been up to and how the seasons went. So, yeah, Eric is pretty much the lead of the team. We also have Cole Johnson, who's a junior, almost a senior, who's both them guys have stepped up and led our program. Eric's had several all tournament team finishes. He's just coming off a win in the NAIA Midwest Open in Lawrence, Kansas, a couple of weeks ago. In the singles, he was the singles champion for that event. So he's had a very good year, and he's been a part of our program since it started. So this is our third year of the program. It's my second year of being the head coach. Eric's been there the whole time for me, and it's made my job quite a bit easier having him. He's like a second coach. In practices and things. We had a practice on Tuesday, and he was working with a couple of the guys that are trying to convert from one-handed to two-handed. So he's kind of our expert in that area. So I lean on him for that quite a bit. So Eric's he's just a good person. Like I said, he's a straight A student, works hard in the classroom and on the lanes. He started working on his bowling game this summer. I saw him. He practiced on every tough lane condition that he could find, and I think that's really paid off this year for him. He's a good season for us.
Eric, you were recently named the Hart Men's Bowler of the Week. What did that award mean to you?
It meant a lot. I had been struggling. I'd constantly been in the top 10, 15, but I hadn't gotten up to the number one. So finally getting my name up there with some other really good bowlers, it meant the world to me. It kind of a lot of stress off your back whenever you finally get it done and you feel like you can go out there and compete with everybody else. But without the team and the support behind me, I mean, there's no way without Coach Duncan that I'm able to get up in that spot and knowing ball changes, transition, and everything. So it made me really happy, but there's a lot of work to still be done. Still got some season left.
I think just the common fan might just think, oh, just, go roll the ball and knock down the pins. But you heard your coach talking about, you working over the off season on different lane conditions. What are some of those little things and little details and intricacies that you have to kind of take into account during competitions and adjust to them?
Yeah, so like your normal house shot, it's pretty open. You can throw the ball to the outside and get it to hook back. On the stuff that we bowl on in college, it's very tight. You have to be very accurate. You have to spin it the right way. And knowing exactly what to do, and not only knowing what to do, um, doing it right, but also knowing when to do it. That when to do it is what I really learned over the summer, is and how to get in the right place at the right time. And it makes a world of difference. And trying to get our team to kind of get into that as well. It's a hard thing to learn, but when you do learn it, it makes your game a lot better.
You just won that event in Lawrence. Hart championships are coming up about 20, 25, 30 minutes away in Topeka. What are your excitement levels and what's it going to take to get it done at the Hart championships upcoming?
Um, well, whenever I go into an event, I'm not going there to finish second. So I want to win. I want our team to finish high, and get the job done. It's all whenever you put all the pieces together, I want them all to fit the right way, complete the puzzle. So getting that number one spot would be awesome. Really excited about the tournament coming up. I think our team will do well, and we got something to prove.
Coach, this is the first season for the CMU men's bowling program competing in the Heart of America. Does that make these Hart championships even, I guess, more important and exciting for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole season's been important. You know, the toughest part about the collegiate bowling is, you know, it's tough. It's hard. There's a lot of competition out there. It's hard to recruit. It's hard to get kids, you know, to come to your school. You know, the competition. You know, the Hart Conference. I think is one of the toughest conferences. You know, we have a lot of outstanding talent in the conference. So for us to be able to come to this and you know make a good showing would go a long ways for our program. So we are excited and we're looking forward to the challenge of it. Um, I just want to go back a little bit about Eric. You know, his win in Lawrence, it was that lane condition that we were bowling on. It was very difficult, very hard. And I really think that's when Eric shines the most. So you know, that was a great win on his part. So
Well, Eric, do you have a favorite memory from maybe not just this year, but your entire career bowling at CMU?
I would say it probably has to be that win. I mean, finally getting that number one spot is so huge. I was really excited when Coach Duncan was announced the coach a couple years ago as well. I knew coming in, I've known Coach Duncan for a little while now, and I knew coming in that he had a ton of experience. He'd been bowling for a long time, and he could really not only improve my game, but improve everybody else's game around him.
Coach, who are some of the other bowlers we should be on the lookout for?
yeah, as I mentioned, Cole Johnson, Colton Carrier, both them guys bring some experience. You know, Colton's another one that you know he's actually a walk on from last year. Didn't have a lot of bowling experience, but he worked and worked and worked, practiced all the time. He's got his game, you know, to where he can definitely compete on the college level. So, you know, both them guys, you know, were pretty young after that. And you know, all of our bowlers been working hard in practice. All of them would get up at the 6 a.m. practices, you know, in Glasgow, and so you know we put the time in. So we're looking forward to the Hart Conference tournament.
Eric, what does it mean to you to be a member of the CMU men's bowling team?
It means everything. I didn't know that I was going to get the opportunity to participate in college as a student athlete. I went from MACC and got the program opened, a new bowling program, and I just happened to be the right age, still in college. Got offered a scholarship, and it means the world that the college is behind me. The conference is behind me. They're all promoting a sport that I love and I participate in. And, you know, not everywhere um, considers bowling even a sport. So it means a lot to see it recognized.
Kevin, Eric, thank you guys for the time today. Best of luck on the season and the upcoming Hart Championship.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Derek.